morning, or I guess afternoon at this point. I said I was going to take a break, but then I realized, well, why? A few minutes a day isn't really causing me too much stress. I've had a rough week. I don't want to get into it too deeply because, all happy families are the same and all unhappy families are unique in their unhappiness, to paraphrase. It's not that I believe that my mother doesn't love me. I mean, I think it's true that she doesn't love me in the way that I would like her to love me, and that's not her fault. And it's not my fault. It is circumstances that are not ideal. But I don't think, and my brother and my roommate will attest to this, that she understands the severity of this illness. I don't know if it's because she doesn't want to deal with it so quickly after losing her husband, or if the thought of her youngest child being that sick is too much for her to bear. I don't know. But whatever the reason, it looks the same to me from my perspective. And as understanding as I try to be, and believe it or not, I understand the reasons behind the neglect as a child. I understand that those things happened to her too. Not the circumstances when she was growing up, they were different. Things were different, and it was hard for her. She lost siblings. She didn't get a lot of attention. Her medical stuff was ignored like mine. I get it. And it wasn't ignored because they didn't care about her. It was ignored because her parents, especially her mother, was overwhelmed and her dad wasn't really there. It's a story that we all know somebody who has a story like that. And I've understood my whole life that, she's raised me as well as she could, given how she was raised and the model she was given. And add to that having to deal with my dad, who, although in her mind she's building him up now as an amazing human being who's a hero and had never had any reason to apologize and was just perfect because he's gone. That's not the truth. The truth is he was harsh, he was rough, he was cruel, he was mean, and it was to her and it was to me. So whatever she tells herself in her head isn't, she needs to do that because he just died and she's alone. I get it. I understand. I'm not criticizing her for it. I wouldn't take it away from her, is what I'm saying. But it's not true. So, as much as I don't want to take it away from her, I had to say to her, I'm dying, I'm dying, I'm dying, like 50 times, and she just wasn't hearing it. It's like, I don't know if I'm going to live to see 50. I'm really sick. You do not recover from this. It's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse. A transplant is not like this God-given answer that it's going to make the angels sing and I'll be fine. It's going to bring on a whole other thing, a whole other host of complications and problems. And if I do have overlap syndrome, the likeliness of recurrence is a lot higher. And these are all things that I deal with every day, and I'm alone with it, and it just churns, and I don't need my phone blowing up. Lord knows I don't need that, because I wouldn't like that. But I don't think it's unreasonable for me to be hurt and angry that my own nuclear family not only doesn't know the name of the disease that's killing me, they don't seem to care. And somebody asked if I have a GoFundMe, and I appreciate that, and I'm sorry, I meant to write your name down, and I'm sorry, but thank you, but I will do everything in my power never to have to ask strangers for money, unless it's a super emergency, if I don't, second infusion of money, I'm going to lose my apartment or I'm going to die, you know, because I'm not doing that. Yes, I'm drowning in debt, but my debt is not as bad as other people's. I am still working. I'm still working on a promotion. Yes, I'm drowning, but I'm drowning for all of the reasons, not just that. And it's fine. My bills, my day-to-day bills, like the stuff that could get shut off and really affect my life, they're all paid. The rent's paid. Everything that needs to be paid is paid. It's medical bills, it's taxes, it's, it's credit card bills. Because, when your food is super expensive, when you have all of these medical expenses, you max out credit cards. And then you can't pay the credit cards. And then the credit cards get closed. And then they start calling. And then your credit's trashed. And, and it's not like a huge thing. It's like a $2,000 credit card. It's not like, it's just that on top of, like, family not feeling like family doesn't care. And really close friends, but, like, life is life. You can't expect friends. You can't really expect anything from anybody, but I feel like at least my nuclear family, at least there's them. So long story short, I had it out with my mom and she was mad. She was really hurt because I sent a text saying, I'm not updating you guys anymore because it blows my mind that my own family not only doesn't care that I'm dying, but they don't even know the name of the disease that's killing me. So she called me and she's like, oh, you're telling me that you want me to go, It took a while. It took a while. I'm not gonna go into it, but eventually she said she saw it. And, like, that's all I wanted. Like, I kept telling her, I'm not asking you to take care of me. I'm not asking you to support me. I'm not asking you for anything. I'm just asking you to care. I want you to understand what's happening and I want you to take this seriously. So, we'll see. I apologize to my brother because he's trying, and I apologize to my aunt, my mom's sister. So we'll see. Thank you for watching. I'll talk to you later.